Good afternoon. I'm Israeli government spokesman Avi Hyman. This is day 104 of the October 7th war. Before providing the latest key figures, I want to remind you that today is a special day. It was supposed to be a great celebration for one Israeli family. Instead, it's been described as one of the saddest birthdays in the history of the world. Today, somewhere in Gaza, baby Kfir Bibas turns 1. 104 days ago, the world watched as his mother Shiri was forcefully dragged into captivity while frantically clutching baby Kfir and his 4-year-old brother Ariel. Now, the world watches as Kfir, his mother, father, and brother languish in Hamas terror dungeons, held by masked monsters with machine guns. Let me speak to you as a father, as a son, as a human being. Kfir Bibas is a tiny, defenseless little baby. There is no justification on earth for holding him hostage. This is a travesty of justice, a flagrant violation of international humanitarian law, and a crime against humanity. To Kfir, Ariel, Shiri, and Yarden, and all our hostages, we are doing everything we can to ensure your release from the hell of Hamas captivity. We will not stop fighting until we bring you all home. People and governments of good conscience around the world should be doing everything in their power to demand the immediate and unconditional release of all 136 hostages who are being held in appalling conditions. Moving to some key figures, the number of fallen IDF soldiers since October 7th massacre has risen to 529. 2 more since yesterday's update. The people of Israel mourn the deaths of Staff Sergeant Oriya Ayimalk Goshen and Master Sergeant Anwar Serhan. Our thoughts and prayers are with their families and loved ones. The people of Israel will never forget their devotion and sacrifice. Another figure I'd like to draw your attention to is the number 10,000. $10,000. This is the amount of money that a Hamas terrorist demanded as the price for a severed head of Israeli soldier Sergeant Adir Tahar. Sergeant Tahar's head was discovered in a freezer inside the Gaza Strip. 2 months ago, Adir was buried without his head, identified instead by DNA and personal items in his pockets. For months, his family suffered from a lack of peace of mind, not knowing where the rest of his body lay. Hamas's depravity knows no bounds. The fact that the terrorists ever believed that there was a market for this soldier's decapitated head speaks volumes to the kind of evil confronting Israel. This is the evil that we're fighting to purge. This is the evil Israel must defeat. Overnight, the IDF in Gaza continued its methodical dismantling of Hamas, successfully targeting approximately 60 terrorists, an estimated 40 of those in Khan Yunis. The IDF continues to operate in accordance with international humanitarian law, going to extreme lengths in order to prevent civilian casualties. Searches and arrests are ongoing in the town of Tulkarem. Weapons were found hidden under roads and munitions production facility was destroyed. 15 wanted persons have been detained. Regarding the latest update on humanitarian aid entering Gaza, 208 humanitarian aid trucks were delivered to Gaza yesterday after being inspected by Israel. 91 were sent through the Nitzana and Rafah crossing, and a further 117 went via Kerem Shalom. 114 of the trucks carried food. In addition, 4 tankers of cooking gas, 2 tankers of fuel were successfully delivered for the operation of essential infrastructure. We cannot overemphasize there is still excess capacity at Israeli crossings. All international actors wishing to see more aid enter Gaza should simply send more. Over the last few days, we've successfully facilitated the passage of food trucks from Jordan to Gaza, organized by the World Food Programme. These trucks, inspected at Kerem Shalom, are part of a new humanitarian aid delivery channel aimed at increasing the volume of aid transferred to Gaza. On the health front, additional field hospitals are in the process of being made operational and are expected to open in the coming days. Such facilities have been necessitated by Hamas's strategic militarization of Gaza's existing hospitals, using them as military bases with the tacit complicity of UN agencies. We call on Hamas to respect all humanitarian efforts to provide aid and medical support for the people of Gaza and stay away from them. Thank you, and I'll now take your questions.
The first question is from Dan Williams of Reuters. Will Israel allow aid for Gaza to come in through Ashdod port as called for by the UK? If not, why?
Hi Dan, thanks for your question. We're certainly looking into this proposal. I don't have anything to add at the moment, but feel free to get back to me on that.
The next question is from Gwen Ackerman. The next question is from Gwen Ackerman of Bloomberg, who asks, does the attempted attack in Eilat ring any alarm bells?
I believe we have a statement from the IDF on that, which I do not see here. So maybe we'll loop back to Gwen on that when I get that statement. I just want to make sure to be precise about that.
I can see a question from Dr. Abby Korb. Do we have any updates on the medication delivery to hostages?
So we have asked that those partners that we're working with to get the medicine to the hostages share evidence with us that the hostages received the medication that they desperately need. To my knowledge, to date, we have not yet seen evidence of that. But we look forward and hope and pray that that happens very soon. Just bear with me, we're just waiting for the next question.
This question is from Jim Williams. NBC and outlets are reporting the PM turned down a deal the US brokered with the Saudis to rebuild Gaza, normalize relations with Israel, and help to create a Palestinian state, which is a post-war two-state solution. Did the PM say no to the proposal at this point in time, but he would revisit it in the future, or he has no interest in the deal at all?
The day after Hamas, and we hope that day comes soon, the day after Hamas, we look forward to working with our Arab neighbors and allies to find to build a better future for the people of Gaza. As it stands, I can tell you that Israel has made it very clear about our stance vis-a-vis Gaza after Hamas. The Prime Minister has delineated his 3D strategy. 3 Ds. First, we destroy Hamas. Then Gaza needs to be demilitarized. Then Gaza needs to be de-radicalized. Before that, it'll be hard to speak about any type of long-term solutions or endeavors. Again, we look forward to working with our allies and partners for the good of the future of Israeli children and the children of Gaza. But it's a bit early to be talking about long-term solutions now. Okay, thank you very much. That's time. Gwen, I will send you the answer personally, and apologies for not having that in time. We'll be back here on Monday.